video, we will learn Python basics, how to assign the values, what is variable, what is integer, what is float, what is the complex number, and also we will learn boolean numbers, that true or false, how to define that boolean numbers, how to assign the value to the variable, what type of value assigned to that variable also we will check in this Jupyter notebook. I will show you with examples. Then now we will go. This is the beginner level basics, that basics, Python basics. So I will assign the value a is a variable, assign the value 10, 10 is an integer number. So we will check integer number 10 is assigned to the a is the variable. What is the variable? Variable is a container that stores the data. So we store the number 10 in the variable a. So I can run this cell, then you can check. So I run the cell, and that a is a variable, we call that variable. So what it is stored in that variable, it will show c. So in the a is a variable, what it stored the value is a 10, right? So its output is 10, it's given the output to the 10, right? So we will check. So we know that this the 10 is the integer number, but we can check with this here as well. So type, so we will check, this is the syntax, type of a value, that variable, we will give the variable. So what kind of variable it will, we will check. Type of a is the variable, we given the assign the value to the 10. So what is the 10, what type we will check the type. See, this is the integer number, right? 10 is the integer number. So we will check with float number. So even float also. So b is a variable. In that variable we store the value is float, right? 345.56, right? This is a float number, and we can run this cell. So we run the cell. Then we will check what type of b we assign the value this, right? So we will check what type of b I stored the value. The what is the value is b. Then we will check what type. See, this is a float, right? Output is float. We given the float number to that float number assigned to the variable a. So what type of b? B is the float. See, this is the output. Then again, this is the complex number. So complex is, one is real number, one is imaginary number. This is called complex number, right? So this complex number is stored in the variable number, variable c. So we will check. This is the real number, this is the imaginary number. Then we will check first c is the variable, where with that c variable name, and call the real value, right? So first we will run this cell, then after we will check. So which value is come output? See, 4 is the real value. Here is the 4 is the real value. So before that we talk about that, right? 7j is the imaginary value. We call that c is the variable with real number. Which is the real number? This is the 4 is the real number. So imaginary, so we call the imaginary number, we will check that imaginary number. So c is the variable dot imaginary value. So we will call the imaginary value c. 7 is the output, 7 is the imaginary value. Here is the imaginary value. Then we will check what type of this value, what type of c, we will check with the type. See, this is the complex number. Output, what it's given to the output is complex. Before we talk about that complex number as well, right? Then after we will talk about that boolean, right? Boolean is true or false. That we assign that boolean numbers with true or false. True is 1, false is 0. To consider as a true is 1, false is the 0. But so always we used to write that boolean numbers as true is a t is always capital number, false is always capital number. In the false is f is also capital number. So we assign the boolean number true to the d is the variable, right? So we will check, we will run this cell. we will check what type of D. Before we talk about that, this is the boolean number. Then we will check with C. This is the what output we will got, that is boolean number. So type of D is equal to true. True is a boolean number. So D1, we assign the D1 to the false, right? False is assigned to the D1. We will check what type of false. This C, this is the boolean number. If you give it a false, then if you give it a small letter, we will check with small letter. Then it will see, it will shows the error. Why it will shows the error? Boolean number always so written to the true. In the true, T is a capital letter and false is also capital letter. But here what we given, we given to the F is a small letter. That's why it's given to the false. See, name false is not defined. So this is the string. It's considered as a string here. So when we remove that small letter given to the uh, capital letter, say this is the, yeah, see, this is the boolean. It accepted and see type of D1 is a false, is a boolean. So then we will check with the true plus true. So just we are talk about that true is considered as 1, false is considered as a 0, right? Then we will check true plus true is, what will you get? 2. See, 1 plus 1 equal to 2. 2 is the output. Again we check with the false. What we know that false is 0, right? 0 false into true. So what will get the output? 0 into 1. 0 into 1 is 0, right? Then we will check, we will run the cell. See, 0 0 into 1 equal to 0. If we are multiply with 0 to what is the number, so 2 3 4 also, it's coming, the output is 0, right? So that's why it's got 0. After we talk about the string is more important topic. So here we will talk about string. So string bind with that string values bind with the single quotes, double quotes, or also triple quotes. So we will string is not given to the without single quote, without double quote, without triple quotes, it will give the error. That's why we always bind the value with the quotes. This is the syntax. We will check with that string. Store that. What is a string? String is stores the text value. So inside the quotes, we always store the text inside the quotes only. I given to the arrow. Arrow is the name. So we bind with the double quotes, right? So I will run the cell. I run the cell. So we will check arrow is what type of value it stores. See, this is the string. Already we talk about that string value, right? So string. Here we are given to the Kamala. I will give you the Kamala. Yes. So we store the value Kamala into the S1. So now here we are given to the single quotes. Here we used double quotes. Here we used single quotes. Then we will check. Yeah, it's run. So then we will check with S1 what kind of data is stored. So string. So double quotes works, single quotes works. Then after we will check with the triple quotes. So S2, right? In that variable S2, we assign the string. Let's see, this is the string value we assigned. Okay, then we will check. See, 1, 2, 3 triple quotes. Then we will check with what type of S2. So string. See, this is also string, right? So in the string value, we use to store the in the single quote, double quotes, and triple quotes as well. When we use the triple quotes, more than one rows we used in that uh, store the data. So huge amount of data. Then we use triple quotes. So double quotes and single quotes doesn't work. If you use single quotes only, it will work. So this is also string. Then we will check what is the s2. So what s2 store? That's string, right? Yeah. See, slash n. We know that slash n is